Every single month, you hand over your hard-earned money for these golden capsules. You are told that your heart and your brain need omega-3 to survive. And you believe them. You swallow the pill, thinking you are buying health. But here is the ironic truth that the billion-dollar supplement industry is laughing at. While you pay $30, $50, maybe $100 for processed fish oil that might already be rancid, you are likely walking out to your driveway and spraying lethal poison on the most potent source of plant-based omega-3 on the planet. It grows in the cracks of your sidewalk. It is immortal in the face of drought. Yet, it has been branded a public enemy, hunted down by the very people who need it most. But stop. Before you rush to your driveway, listen closely. There is a deadly trap waiting for you. A toxic twin often grows right next to it, mimicking its appearance so perfectly it is terrifying. If you choose the wrong one, you won't be healing your heart. You will be destroying your liver. In the next few minutes, I am going to hand you the map to distinguish between life and death. And we are going to demand justice for this billion-dollar weed. By the end of this video, you will understand why this so-called trash weed was the survival secret that kept thousands of American families from starving during the Great Depression. You will discover the biological miracle that turns this plant into an omega-3 powerhouse, containing far more fatty acids than spinach, kale, or any expensive superfood sold at Whole Foods. You will master the life-or-death identification skills to spot the toxic imposter in less than 3 seconds. Plus, I will share the culinary secrets of Henry David Thoreau on how to remove the slime and turn this weed into a gourmet meal. And most importantly, you will learn how to create an immortal food source. You plant it once, you neglect it completely, and it will still feed your family forever. It sounds impossible for a common weed, doesn't it? Perhaps, but nature doesn't lie, and I am going to prove it to you. Our journey begins in 77 AD. The Roman naturalist Pliny the Elder advised wearing this plant as an amulet to ward off evil and heal sword wounds. He was wrong about the magic, but he was right about the healing. But the truly critical story happened nearly 2,000 years later, right here on American soil. The year was 1930, the Great Depression. The Dust Bowl turned the sky black over the Midwest. Farms turned into deserts. Corn died. Wheat withered. But in the middle of that dead land, one thing remained defiantly green. Purslane. Thousands of desperate families, with no money for food, survived the harsh winters solely by foraging this succulent weed. They called it the meat of the poor. It was a silent savior, providing critical nutrition when the nation was on its knees. But history is cruel. When the economy recovered, instead of being grateful, we decided that eating it was a sign of poverty. We wanted the convenience of the supermarket, not the wisdom of the earth. And so we began a war to eradicate our benefactor with herbicides, a mistake that modern science is only now beginning to regret. But now, we need to uncover the science behind this paradox. Why does a common weed have a nutritional profile that looks more like a fish than a plant? The secret lies in a term you need to know: alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. ALA is an essential omega-3 fatty acid. Think of it as premium lubrication for your cardiovascular system. Your body cannot produce it on its own, you must ingest it. And this is where the numbers speak for themselves. According to the USDA, spinach has long been hailed as the king of greens, but Purslane contains 5 to 7 times the omega-3 of spinach. In fact, it is the richest plant source of omega-3 fatty acids ever recorded on land. But it doesn't stop there. Weight for weight, Purslane provides 6 times the vitamin A of carrots. It even contains melatonin, the natural hormone that regulates sleep. How does it do this? Purslane possesses a survival mechanism usually found in desert cacti, called CAM photosynthesis. While other plants keep their pores open during the day to breathe, Losing precious water, purslane holds its breath under the hot sun. It only opens up at night. This allows it to lock moisture and nutrients deep inside its tissues, creating a dense reservoir of energy. This efficiency is exactly why NASA has listed it as a candidate crop for astronauts. This is the most critical part of our journey. Before you reach down to harvest, you must be absolutely certain you are looking at the right plant. Purslane never grows tall. It is a prostrate plant, meaning it crawls along the ground, forming dense, circular green mats. It rarely stands higher than 8 inches off the soil. Look closely at the stem. This is identification marker number 1. The stem must be round, succulent, and perfectly smooth, like glass. This is crucial because its toxic twin often has fine, tiny hairs on the stem. If you feel any fuzz or hair, walk away. True purslane is hairless, cool to the touch, and usually has a distinct reddish-purple hue. The leaves are paddle-shaped, thick like a jade plant, and they grow in clusters. Run your finger along the edge of the leaf. It must be perfectly smooth, absolutely no jagged edges or teeth. Its flowers are small, brilliant yellow with 5 heart-shaped petals. But they are picky. They only open their doors to the sun from 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. Now for the red alert. Purslane has a toxic twin called spotted spurge. They often grow intertwined, deceiving the untrained eye. Eating spotted spurge can damage your liver and burn your digestive tract. The life or death test takes only 1 second. Snap the stem in half. If a milky white sap oozes out, drop it immediately and wash your hands. That is spurge. White means danger. True purslane has sap that is clear, like clean water. Burn this into your memory. White is toxic. Clear is safe. Now, to the part you have been waiting for. How do you consume this massive dose of omega-3 without it feeling like you are eating the slime of okra? The secret lies in kitchen chemistry. Method number 1, the omega bomb. Eating it raw is the only way to keep 100% of the nutrients, but to kill the slime? Use acid. Toss the leaves with lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, or Greek yogurt. The acid instantly cuts through the mucilage chains. The result is crisp, slightly sour, and lemony. Method number 2, the pioneer stew. If you are worried about kidney stones due to oxalates, cook it. Drop purslane into soups or stews during the last 2 minutes of boiling. The mucilage melts away and becomes a natural thickener, giving your soup a rich, silky texture without needing cornstarch. Method number 3, the winter stash. Pickle the thick, fleshy stems with vinegar, garlic, peppercorns, and dill. After 2 weeks, you have a crunchy, pickled snack that pairs perfectly with roasted meats. The golden rule is simple. Treat it like spinach, but be gentler. Do not overcook it, or the omega-3s will break down. Keep the crunch, and you keep the life. Ancient Persian gardeners had a saying, "Do not beg the soil, listen to it." Purslane is the definition of lazy gardening. You do not need to water it. It pulls moisture from the air. You do not need to fertilize it. In fact, if you pamper it too much, it might actually die. Cultivating it is ridiculously simple. Break off a stem. Throw it on the dirt. Done. It will root itself within 48 hours. It creates a living mulch that keeps moisture in the ground. But listen closely to this warning. There is a dark side to this plant's immortality. A single purslane plant creates 240,000 seeds. It is a biological time bomb waiting to explode in your garden. They can lie dormant in the soil for 40 years. If you are careless, it will turn your garden into a jungle after just 1 rainy season. The solution? Adopt the tactic, eat it to beat it. Harvest the entire plant just as the yellow flowers open. Or, for the safest bet, keep this beast in a container. Keep it in a cage, and it will serve you faithfully forever. Purslane teaches us a humble lesson. Nature always hides her most precious treasures in the most ordinary packages. Now you have the eyes to see gold in the cracks of the sidewalk. You possess the culinary secrets of Thoreau and the healing power of Omega-3. This ancient knowledge now belongs to you. But our journey of rediscovery does not end here. Purslane is the king of the ground, crawling beneath our feet. But our next guest is a giant that reaches for the sky. In the next video, we are going to meet a living torch that stands over 6 feet tall. The cowboys of the Wild West called it by a funny name, cowboy toilet paper. But to the indigenous healers, it was the ultimate shield for the breath, a powerful lung medicine that history has forgotten. Do not miss the encounter with this velvet giant. Subscribe to Ancient Grow Methods right now, because the greatest secrets are still waiting to be unearthed.